Fisheye cameras promise 360-degree coverage. Most deliver one wide-angle blur and a night vision feed you can barely make out. Here's how to actually tell the difference. Pick the wrong one, and you've got a blind spot in your coverage and a camera you'll be replacing in 18 months. I tested 5MP POE fisheye cameras against real-world criteria that actually matter: field of view accuracy, night vision clarity, audio quality, and image sharpness at the edges where fisheye optics typically fall apart. Out of dozens on Amazon, these 5 made the cut. One of them surprised me enough that I almost moved it to the top spot twice. Whether you're wiring a ceiling mount or just need one camera to cover an entire room, there's an answer here for you. At $199.99, the Amcrest IP5M-F118 OEW-V2 is the most expensive camera in this lineup. It promises 5MP panoramic coverage, people counting, and IVS features. That sounds like a premium package. But here's the thing. At $200, it needs to beat every other option on every metric that matters. Many owners report the panoramic stitching introduces noticeable lag, and night vision coverage draws consistent complaints. Micro SD-only recording means no built-in NVR flexibility. For that price, that's a hard limitation to absorb. If you're budget flexible, the better value is further up this list. At $169.99, the RealLink FE-P is the priciest entry here. So what do you actually get for that premium? A 6MP sensor and two-way talk are genuine upgrades. More pixels, real conversation capability through the camera. Those are real wins. But here's the problem. At this price, you're competing directly with options that already deliver strong performance. And the gap between what RealLink promises and what 270 reviewers actually report is narrow enough to make this a tough sell. Multiple panoramic display modes sound impressive until you're reconfiguring your NVR settings at midnight. That setup overhead is real. Rated 4.4 stars, which is respectable. Not a runaway leader. Best for buyers who specifically need that 6MP bump and two-way audio in one package. Everyone else should ask whether the extra spend over rank 3 is actually justified. It isn't obvious that it is. At $109.89, the Inwoo Rang leads with a 360-degree view, 48-foot IR night vision, and IP66 weatherproofing. Solid spec sheet. But here's the catch. One-way talk only. You can hear what's happening, you cannot respond. For a security camera in 2026, that's a meaningful limitation. And with only 31 reviews at a 4.4 rating, the real-world evidence is thin. Thin enough that I wouldn't stake serious coverage decisions on it. If you're mounting this in a low-traffic indoor space where night detail isn't critical, it's workable. Outdoors, after dark, against a strong competitor? The gaps start showing. $40. That is the entire ask for the Reovoday to mini fisheye. And at that price, the engineering choices actually make sense. The 1.7mm lens pulls a 180-degree field of view into a body small enough that you will genuinely struggle to find a bad mounting spot. H.265 compression means your NVR storage stretches further without sacrificing resolution. For a 5MP indoor camera at this price point, that is not nothing. The honest limitation? No microphone. If audio verification matters to your setup, this is not your camera. But if you are covering a compact indoor space, want clean daytime footage, and refuse to overspend, this earns its rank. The one thing keeping it from the top spot is exactly what the number one delivers that this one does not. And that thing it doesn't have? Audio. The Reovoday 2 IF04-P-A-TS fixes that at $46.59, the lowest price in this entire lineup. Built-in microphone, 170-degree field of view, IR night vision, motion detection, solid codec support. Everything you actually need, nothing you have to pay extra for later. Most fisheye cameras treat audio as an upsell. This one ships with its standard. That matters more than most buyers realize until they're standing in a dark hallway wondering why their camera caught movement, but not the conversation. For indoor surveillance where you need the full picture, visual, and audio, nothing else in this group touches it at this price. The rating is early, only one review so far, so do your own digging before committing. But on specs and value per dollar, this is our best overall pick. 170 degrees covers the room, the mic covers the moment, and $46.59 doesn't leave you negotiating with your budget. So here's the short version. The Reovoday 2 with the mic wins on features per dollar. The mini Reovoday 2 is a close second for tight spaces. The Inwoo Rang adds 360 degrees but loses the microphone. The RealLink bumps resolution but not meaningfully. And the Amcrest costs more without earning it. One clear tier. One clear winner. At $46.59, the Reovoday 2 with microphone wins on resolution, coverage, and audio. Every pricier option asks you to pay more for less. Links are below. Spend the $46, keep the rest. All 5 fisheye camera links are in the description. Subscribe if you want more head-to-head surveillance camera breakdowns where the spec sheet never gets the last word.